the focus, where BFSI festive hiring is on the spike. And here we have with us Krishnendu Chatterjee from Teamlease, who's going to talk about the trends and the upcoming upticks that we can see in this space. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in. I just want to first dive into the whole conversation where I want to ask you, what does festive hiring in BFSI typically look like in India?
See, typically, BFSI, like any other, sector in India, FMCG, etc., sees some kind of a hiring demand during the festive season. And, this is generally the time when people, tend to spend and buy expensive things, large things like cars, jewelries, expensive white goods, etc. And with the growth and awareness of the financial tools which are at our disposal, the demand of such BFSI products and services goes up at the same time.
So I was wondering, how have festive trends and the hirings in this gig economy changed? Because, 10 years ago, it was about going to the place and having the shopkeeper give you rates at the best price. But here we have Amazon and Flipkart, and then we have the BFSI segment altogether, where you can do direct B2B or B2C dealings as well. So, I mean, how has this festive trends kind of elevated the picture now, and how has in a way the hiring patterns changed for the economy as well?
So I think it has largely to do, see, urban market space, if you look at, has been evolving for the last 10, 15, 20 years. If you look at the average sales of credit cards every month, if I have to just give you some insights, large credit cards, the big fours, if you look at, say, an SBI cards or an HDFC or a Yes Bank, sorry, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, etc., used to sell what, 25, 30,000 cards a month, and they were happy about it. I don't have the August numbers yet, but July, HDFC cards alone has sold some 4 lakh cards, right? So I think over a period of last 10, 15 years, and these are all sequential events. So for example, demonetization was one of them, right? So unfortunately, nobody has that money stacked up, where we will use that cash and go and buy, white goods or large goods during festive season. So what we eventually do is we fall back on, these financial tools which are available. Second, the rise of service class in India, if you look at, has also grown up exponentially in the last few years. And the kind of lifestyle we manage, I don't think so. Like today is a Saturday, you and I are working, right? Ideally, our parents would have gone out and bought some stuff for Durga Pujas and Diwalis coming up. But because of our lifestyles and stuff, I guess it is more convenient that I browse through an Amazon site or a Flipkart site and buy stuff rather than spending time going to a marketplace to, go and buy products. So it's a mix of a lot of things which has driven to this transformation, but I guess it's a good transformation.
No, absolutely, but why does the festive season drive demand for financial services like loans and credit cards and insurance? Because, with the festive season, I think that I'm going to buy more of clothes. I'm going to buy more of the new deals that are coming, and probably on the smartphone I've been eyeing, or the appliances for my kitchen or my home. But why do you think the BFSI segment is going to kind of go up here? And is it only for the consumers or also for the sellers? What's your take here?
I think I'll answer the question in the same analogy as you asked the question. So if you want to buy a DSLR, or you want to buy an iPhone, or you want to even buy clothes, you're not going to spend cash, right, anymore. So what you are going to use is a credit card, or you go to a shop and suddenly a guy says, hey, you know what, use my EMI product tool, you will get 12 EMIs free. So automatically, the moment the demand for products go up, the demand for financial tools also go up, right? And so, I mean, there was a data, I don't have the exact number, but there is a large chunk of population who gets credit cards, and most of the cards are free for lifetimes. they get these credit cards only to get discounts through, these Great Indian Shopping Festival or Big Billion Day sale. So the utility of that financial product automatically goes up during the festive season, right? The other thing which has happened is also, uh, and which is directly linked to the income patterns. As the income go up, the credit limits issued by the credit card companies also are like, people get 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs of credit limit, right? I mean, when I got my first credit card, I got a credit limit of 8,000 rupees, right? Now, imagine for a 10 lakh credit limit, you can go and buy a car for yourself if you want to, right? And uh, and we know that we have some kind of a disposable income where in parts we can shelve off that, whatever outstanding it is and still own the product. So I think it is directly related. I mean, if the demand for consumer goods go up, it's kind of cyclic. The demand for BFSI products will go up as well.
No, absolutely. But is the BFSI segment too, is it prepared to take up this whole load? And how do you think, like, what are these preparation strategies that they might be employing?
So, to prepare for festivals, so since I manage the BFSI vertical for Teamlease Services, typically any retail lending company, whether be a bank or an NBFC or anyone, they typically start their preparation for festive season from July itself, right? Now, just to give you some data points around it. So generally, typically, uh, the staff augmentation for BFSI products and services is up by 20-25%, specifically for festive season. Our estimate is that BFSI sector will add about 200,000 to 250,000 temporary jobs for these 5-6 months. So typically the preparation starts from from July, and you start hiring people from July itself. Then they go through training. Some people will fall out of it. So basically, you want to keep a core team ready because so in India, typically the festive season is defined between Ganesh Chaturthi till Diwali, and then it spills a little over till about Christmas, New Year. So this is what our cycle of festive season is. So they'll start hiring from July, and they will keep hiring and keep managing that kind of population till about November. Again, depends on Diwali. So if Diwali falls early or Diwali falls late, typically that's how it happens. Also interesting thing, if you have seen a trend is earlier, a Great Indian Shopping Festival used to be like a 5-day, 7-day thing. Now, Great Indian Shopping Festival has no end date. So it starts, I think, from 27th or 29th, but they haven't put the end date. So it will just go on, right? And and typically you would have seen that every large e-commerce company has a tie-up with a large bank, right? So be it an ICICI for Amazon or Flipkart, I think it's SBI card or HDFC card. So that means it's automatic, right? And the kind of discounts, etc., you get, it's pretty good. Also, I'm sure you would have seen now a lot of newspaper. You will see ads for car products, festive, discounts, etc. Every car company offers so automatically that demand goes up,
And
right?
do you think that this whole influx of opportunities is short-lived only for the O&D quarter, for the October, November, December festive period, or will it lead to a permanent a cluster of jobs which we can see developing because of the festive season?
Yeah. So right now, since we are discussing only about festivity and festive hiring, yes, this particular crowd which is hired for festive hiring will stay for festive hiring, and then so these are generally temp position, 4-5 months, right? The another interesting take I want to speak about, about BFSI is that over a period of time, BFSI has kind of become a little weatherproof and season proof also. And the beauty of BFSI or how the loan slightly different, right? So right now we are concentrating on the festive seasons, right? So a lot of retail lending products like personal loans, credit cards, etc., car loans, etc., will go up. The moment Diwali ends, the marriage season starts in India, right? So the demand for again personal loan, gold loans will go up, microfinancing will go up. Okay. Then January, the Rabi season for farming starts, right? So from January till March, the demand for agri loan and microfinancing goes up, right? Then from April onwards, because holiday season starts, a lot of people have to go to Europe and America and stuff. So again, the demand for personal loans, etc., goes up. Between June, July, the demand for education loan goes up. So, there is, India is kind of now become season proof when it comes to, and on top of that, you always have the home loan, which is kind of goes on the entire year, barring a month or so when people think it's not auspicious or whatever, but still, it's pretty much the whole year phenomena. So specifically to answer your question, these people, the number which I gave you about 100,000 people who will be hired, they will be hired now and they will be out by October, November, maybe by November end. But then again, new demand will come up. Demand for gold loans, demand for loans in smaller age cities and towns will go up. So that goes on.
I was talking to you about the Great Indian Festival by Amazon, which has the Rufus coming up, which is a customer support and also a seller executive, an AI executive. Digital transformation, I feel, is a thing of the past now. वो 2020 और
Yeah,
21 का बहुत ही तगड़ा narrative था, which the companies used to sell a lot, but now it's AI.
correct,
AI is the buzzword. So how do you feel
correct.
AI has now kind of given BFSI the kind of a ramp walk or like a radar for just flying off into the sunshine when it comes to the festive hiring or the kind of festive services or the kind of acquisitions that they can look at in terms of customers?
Yeah. So, interestingly, if you look at all banks and financial service organizations use a lot of AI and machine learning and stuff for a lot of things. Like, for example, uh, today you go to a Reliance Digital or a Chroma or somewhere, buy a TV, within 30 seconds, your loan gets approved, right? You pick up the TV and you go off. What is that? Is the digital transformation, right? Uh, how much you will get, for what period you will get, hardly now, if you take a small loan size of 5-10 lakhs rupees, nobody even comes to your home. Earlier, it used to be like huge verifications and stuff. So this is all the digital transformation which has happened over a period of time. Having said that, so while that thing has kind of augmented and fastened up the process, uh, in India now, especially in the urban and metro sector, a retail lending loan product has now become a push product, because of the high competition amongst banks and financial institutions, which means that for me to seek your attention, I have to, while I will continue to use digital tools like, while you are browsing your Insta, you will suddenly see a loan pop up, ad pop up or whatever. But I also need to be seen everywhere while I'm on the road. So if I'm at a metro station, I'm at an airport, I'm at a mall, I'm at a railway station, you will always see a kiosk with two kids standing and trying to sell you a card, right? Now, while that is an attempt to sell you a card, but it is also a way of the brand marketing that the financial service provider is trying to do. So tomorrow, when you think of going for a loan, you will suddenly realize that I saw an Fala bank ad somewhere. Let me call them, or let me reach out to them. Or next day you are going to the office, you will stop by for 20 minutes and speak to that guy to understand what the product is. So the demand for manpower hasn't kind of impacted that, but in financial services sector, digital transformation has fastened up the process like crazy, right? Uh, I don't recall when I visited a branch last time, right? So, and most of my banking needs are taken care of, right? So that is nothing but digital transformation.
No, absolutely. I completely concur. And thank you so much for sharing these insights. I think I've exhausted my box of questions. You've been very precise and very to the point. And I'm pretty sure that the readers, the listeners, and especially people who are in the business segment of things, the sellers, will be able to benefit from this interview of ours. Thank you so much once again, and wish you a very
Thank
happy
you.
festive season.
You too. Thank you.